What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another video. Today we're going to be doing my Premier League predictions for this weekend's games. Before I do crack on with this video though, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Also, don't forget as well to leave your thoughts in the comments below, including your predictions for this week's games. Also, don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim. So we're going to crack on with this video. We're going to start off by going through the midweek games and how we did in terms of the predictions, with me getting 1 correct score, 4 correct results and 5 wrong. Most of them came from Wednesday through to Thursday onwards. So we'll start with Tuesday's games. I had Wolves to win 2-0 against Burnley. It finished 1-0. Arsenal I had to win 2-1. A very entertaining game. Ended up finishing 4-3 with a last-minute header from Declan Rice. Maybe even overtime into added time there for Arsenal, leaving it late. On to Wednesday's games. Spot on the money with Brighton Brentford. 2-1 Brighton in that game. I got that one right with the correct score. Crystal Palace Bournemouth. I thought Palace had won that game. Great win away from home for Bournemouth there, 2-0. Fulham continuing their good form, picking up a 5-0 win against Nottingham Forest. I had them down as just a 2-0 win. Fulham doing very well this season. I also had Liverpool to win by 2 goals. I had it down as a 3-1 against Sheffield United. Maybe a bit optimistic that I thought Sheffield United would score in that game. Did finish 2-0 Liverpool, and then the bad form just starts from there. I had Aston Villa, Manchester City. I couldn't decide between the two, so I stuck it safe and went with a draw. City didn't play very well. Aston Villa completely dominated that game, played an excellent game, fully deserved their 3 points and winning 1-0. Manchester United took on Chelsea. I thought Chelsea would have won that game because United just simply have been very inconsistent. So with Chelsea, it seems, with Manchester United winning that game at Old Trafford by 2-1 after I thought Chelsea would win 2-1. Then on to Thursday's games. I thought Newcastle would have beaten Everton away from home, but Everton showing the fighting spirit that it takes when you get a 10-point deduction to still keep yourself in the Premier League with a solid 3-0 win at Goodison Park against Newcastle. I also had Spurs down to beat West Ham. Shouldn't surprise me. Lose a few games against City before the game against City for Spurs. They fight tooth and nail. They get that point at the Etihad, and then they follow it up. And I said, what's the point in getting a good result at the Etihad if you're just going to follow it up with a home match against West Ham and lose that game? And it's exactly what has happened, and that to me is truthfully why I don't think Tottenham Hotspur are title contenders. So I gave myself a 3 out of 10. We're going to move on to this weekend's games. Saturday we're going to start with, and you've got the early kickoff with Crystal Palace taking on Liverpool live on TNT Sports, live at 12:30 p.m. GMT, and I don't see anything other than a Liverpool victory. Always quite close games at Selhurst Park. They do raise their game against big teams and against the very best in the Premier League. Palace won't make that game easy. I think Liverpool still win. I'm going for 2-1 Liverpool. I think Liverpool will get a comfortable 2-0 lead. I can see Palace grabbing a goal back last 5-10 minutes and having a little bit of a grandstand ending, but not having enough, and Liverpool picking up the 3 points. Now moving on to the 3 p.m. games. Brighton taking on Burnley. I don't see anything other than a Brighton win, so I'm going for a 2-0 solid win there for Brighton, and Burnley's woes to continue. Manchester United taking on AFC Bournemouth. Can Bournemouth go to Old Trafford and do something? And you know what? It really wouldn't surprise me. That's how inconsistent Manchester United have been. I'm not sure that's going to happen. That's not going to be my prediction. I'm going to stick safe with a solid 1-0 win for Manchester United. It just wouldn't surprise me if Bournemouth did do something at Old Trafford, if I'm being completely honest. Very interesting one taking place at Bramall Lane. You've got Sheffield United taking on Brentford, where Sheffield United have hired Chris Wilder as their manager after Heckingbottom had got sacked by Sheffield United. I'm going for him to grind out a point for Sheffield United. I'm going for a 1-1 draw between them and Brentford. Hi guys, just as I'm editing this up, I've no idea why I've missed it off, but I've missed off Wolves taking on Nottingham Forest, which I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw for that game. I think the two teams will end up cancelling each other out, and the points will be shared. And in the final game on Saturday, 5:30 p.m. GMT, live on Sky Sports, you've got arguably game of the weekend, Aston Villa. Great home form. They are fantastic at Villa Park taking on Arsenal. And I just don't know which way to call it. I don't know what kind of Aston Villa team are going to turn up. If they play exactly like they played against City, they'll beat Arsenal in my opinion. But if Arsenal, they just continue to do what they do, which is grind results find last-minute goals and just make themselves so difficult to beat. And they leave things very late. They're capable, if it's level in the 90th minute, of going on to win them games. They're capable, if they're losing, going into the 90th minute, of pulling it back and at least coming away with a point. Massive game at the top. Third place taking on first. I don't know which way to call it. I think there's going to be goals, so I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. Now, moving on to Sunday's games, you've got 3 games kicking off at 2 p.m. at GMT. You've got Everton taking on Chelsea. I'm going for a 1-1 draw. It's again a difficult one for me to predict because Chelsea are so inconsistent. If they turn up and play to the capabilities, they're capable of beating some of the very best teams in the league. But Everton, they've found this new hunger since getting this 10-point deduction. They seem like they've got a real point to prove. I'm not sure if they're going to beat Chelsea. Wouldn't surprise me. I'm sticking safe and I'm going with a 1-1 draw. You've got Fulham taking on West Ham. Another very interesting game taking place at Craven Cottage. Fulham, brilliant. They've been fantastic this season, Fulham. I don't think they've been given enough credit by enough people. And I'm going for them to beat West Ham. I'm going for a 2-1 win for Fulham because their home form has been fantastic. They're a team that's on the up. They play some lovely football. I think Fulham win that game. I'm going for a 2-1 win. Now, moving on to a very interesting game taking place at 2 p.m. that's live on Sky Sports. You've got Luton Town taking on Manchester City. Luton love a good scalp. They love when the big teams come to Kenilworth Road. They've taken points off Liverpool. They very damn near took points off Arsenal. They'll want to take points off the Premier League champions Manchester City as well. Won't be an easy game. However, Manchester City must win this game. They're falling further and further behind where Liverpool and Arsenal are. Villa are now ahead of Manchester City. Tottenham with their loss against West Ham. A great result there for West Ham. So that meant that Tottenham didn't go level on points with Manchester City because otherwise City could have been looking over their shoulder potentially Tottenham Hotspur at Newcastle, but they also lost midweek as well. So the concern isn't as worrying there for Manchester City as what it could have been. But the fact remains, Manchester United are only 3 points behind Manchester City right now. City currently 6 points behind Arsenal. Manchester City are going to be playing a game less than everybody else because of the Club World Cup in December, with the match against Brentford postponed on the 23rd of December. So it's very interesting. Manchester City, to me, it's a must-win game. Got to find a response. I'm going for City to win this game because I'm completely biased being a City fan. I'm going for 2-0 Manchester City. That's what I'm hoping it's going to be. So that's my prediction. Final game, you've got Spurs taking on Newcastle. I put 1-1 because I don't know what's going to happen in that game. 4:30 p.m, live on Sky Sports. Who knows? Could be 3-0 Spurs, could be 3-0 Newcastle. Very difficult. Some of these games in the Premier League have been very difficult to predict because literally just anything could happen. So yeah, there we go. They've been my predictions for this weekend's games. Do let me know your predictions in the comments below. Do leave a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you are new around here. Social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and check out my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships or any videos or any general business inquiries. And I will see you guys very soon for another football video. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.